Welcome back to another episode of Let It Be Sustainable. I'm Frank, and today I'm talking about powdery mildew. It is only June 21st, and the dahlia seedlings, well, this one especially, this one here, hasn't opened yet, seems to be susceptible to powdery mildew, which is now spread to the one adjacent to it, right, right, right next to it. And to that one also, which is this one. I wasn't too crazy about it anyway, so that's another reason to pull these out. If they are really susceptible to powdery mildew so early in the season, then I shouldn't use that in the breeding program, because that will be passed on to future generations. I want stuff that will not have powdery mildew on them, because the one next to it here is actually fine, and that is this little beauty. She's great. So this one, I'm gonna spray it with fungicide. I'm gonna wait till it blooms, but that one will not make it to the next cut, nor will this one. If it is susceptible to a disease, then it's not going to be in the program. It's got to go. So I thought I'd share that with you. We'll get to the rest of the patch in a moment. I'll be right back. Okay, it's the next day. It's June 22nd. I showed you in the last clip that the powdery mildew is setting into these seedlings, and it's way too early. It's only June 22nd. It's the beginning of the growing season for dahlias, and it's way too early to have powdery mildew. The temperatures have been in the lower 70s. Actually, it's come down to 67 for June, and then the days get warmer, creating a hot and humid and cold environment back and forth that powdery mildew just loves to thrive in. Usually we get these conditions when we're in October, later in the season, when we still get warm days and cool nights, but we're getting them in June. So I don't know what's going on with the weather, but that's what's happening. So in order to maintain this, or get on top of it, I'm using potassium permanganate. It's a powder, it's crystal powder, and you add it. I'm adding it to a gallon of water, and you use like 1/8 of a teaspoon to a gallon of water, and you spray it as a fungicide or an insecticide. It works both ways, and that's what I'm going to do right now. You know, it's right, because you get this, I don't know if you can see it on the video, it's like a pinkish liquid, and it gets like that. Yeah, you start to spray it, and hopefully this will keep the powdery mildew at bay until the weather conditions improve. Make sure you get the soil line. It spreads when it rains, and it jumps up to the, well, it gets spread up to the top leaves, and it just breaks from there. So if I spread and spray the soil line to kill the spores and control the spread. And this is more of a beneficial way of controlling this because it's potassium and the plants can use the potassium also. Make sure you get that soil line because that's where the spores will wind up. And it's going to rain later on, so it'll wipe it away, but it'll be there long enough to take care of the problem. So I'm going to continue spraying the rest of this and I'll get back to you. Okay, I sprayed everything. You can see the little purple drops on the leaves. It saturated everything, even the petals and the opening buds, everything. This is the stunted one, and it's actually growing beautifully now. That's one of the boom boom seedlings, and that's one of the boom boom seedlings. It doesn't have any powdery mildew on them, but I sprayed them anyway because they're close to these, and that powdery mildew does spread pretty rampantly. So everything was sprayed, and as soon as you apply it, it takes care of the spores. So that's the end of that. It'll dry off, or it'll be washed off by the rain. And in the next couple of days, I'll give it another application. And let's see what happens then. We got to control this powdery mildew from the start because the breeding season hasn't begun yet for me. These are just the seedlings that I'm evaluating from seeds that were harvested last year and from the ones that I've purchased from Fox Point Flower Farm. These are mine, and they're beginning to this is the next one to open up. They are blooming. This is my most promising one, but this one came from a pack of seeds. So let's see how it turns out in the next bloom that's coming up. So we'll see how that one fares out for the summer. This one, which I don't really care for, seems to be busting out the seams with blooms. I mean, Jesus, it is a productive bloomer. I just wish the petals were prettier. But just not. Similar to that one. But that one has more petals on the flower and they're crazier. This one is smaller petaled, crazy petals, but smaller version of what that one is. But they're in the same color family. This one reopened again. I'm not too crazy about the bloom. It looks like a poinsettia, if you ask me. Sort of resembles. And this one opened up, but I think it had insect damage because it's just not opening right. So I'm gonna just pull that bloom. I'll do it now. I'll just pull that bloom out because I don't think it was gonna get any better. That's just horrible. I'll wait for the next one. And because it has more. We'll see how it turns out. It's got another one there. So, and I already know it's going to be a deep pink, so we'll work on that one. Waiting for the Caitlin Joy seedlings to open up. because this one's a boom boom also. Can't wait for that one to bloom. And this one's also a boom boom, but the leaves are darker on this one than they are on that one. So let's see what that turns out to be. It could be a white. We'll see. Well, that's it for now. I'll add more videos to this clip to see how they do in the next couple of days during the rain, and to see if I actually did control the powdery mildew. So let's see if the potassium permanganate, I'll post a picture of what that little bottle looks like. So if you're interested in getting it, read the instructions, Google it, do your due diligence, and learn how to mix it, because a little goes a long way. I think you can get away with using less than 1/8 of a teaspoon in a gallon of water. As long as the water turns purple, you're good to go. It'll work, and it's safe for plants. They use it on aquarium plants. So that's what I've been using, and I'm gonna continue to use. It works for me. It dries pretty quickly because it's just mixed with water. It's not an oil. It's not gonna burn the plants. It's a heavy oxidizer, so it will kill insects. So on a rainy day like this, when I know the bees aren't out, I will spray it to contain this fungus, because this mildew will destroy my breeding program. It'll be the end of it. So that's it for now. I will add more videos. I'll see you on the next clip. It is now June 23rd, the third day that I am doing the maintenance on this powdery mildew, because I don't want it to get any worse than it is at the moment. And what I've done is I've cut off the leaves that were infected and disposed of them. I have sprayed everything with potassium permanganate, and it rained, so I know it washed it off, but on the initial application it takes care of the powdery mildew spores instantly, because it's a heavy-duty oxidizer. Plants also use potassium permanganate because they use the potassium, and so far, let me zoom in to the ones that were truly see, you don't see it. It's probably because of the rain. I should wait till they dry off a bit, but I don't see any of it. I don't see any powdery mildew anywhere on any of the leaves, which is right now a plus, especially on the ones that are really full, where air circulation is compromised. And I am going to start removing the bottom leaves to assist with the airflow, and I'll start removing the older leaves, like the ones that are yellowing at the bottom, because this particular dahlia is tall. I mean, I'm 5 feet. I'm 5'8", and it's up to my chin. You know, it's about, I would say, 4 feet tall. No, but the first bloom didn't look so hot, and I just cut it out. These are still blooming. I'm letting it see if this is another bloom, but still same thing. It's not improving. This one is having its second bloom, but again, I thought that was promising, but not. It's not. The one that's promising is this one, and it finally opened its center. Let me get my finger out of it. Sorry, I had a little technical difficulty there. But this is the one that was promising, and it finally did open up its center. The second bloom is different. It's more white than it was here. You can see the real difference of those petals coming in. So yeah, for the moment, I think I'm winning the battle of the powdery mildew. I will keep you posted as they continue to grow, because I mean, really, my breeding program hasn't even begun yet. These are just starting to come up, and to have powdery mildew so early in the season would be devastating. I mean, it would kill my whole breeding program. So for the moment, I think I have won the battle, and I will probably give it another application of potassium permanganate on everything. I mean, everything. It's been raining a lot. It's going to be raining again tonight, tomorrow, all the way through next Thursday. So that's a lot of rain to come through here. It's not like I can cover them. They're way too big to be covered now. You know, it's part of the hobby when you grow a garden. You gotta battle Mother Nature, and Mother Nature's gonna do what she's gonna do. You're gonna have to learn how to work with her instead of against her, because that's the only way to win this game. So if you have any question about potassium permanganate, feel free to comment, like and subscribe. Let me know how I'm doing, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.